Welcome into the game 4 review from Winnipeg Jets, Anaheim Ducks. Tough night, Winnipeg, tough night. As the Winnipeg Jets get eliminated from the playoffs by the Anaheim Ducks. Anaheim just proved to be too powerful in this series, and uh, Ryan Kessler was the killer in this one, for sure. Kind of fitting. He played his junior hockey there for the Manitoba Moose in that same building. So he knows the building, he knows the atmosphere, he knows what the fans are like there, and why do you have to be the one to kill them, asshole? No, I'm actually a big Kessler fan. I always have been. Kind of glad to see him get back to his the form he was at when he scored 47 goals in Vancouver before the hip injury. But I just wish it wasn't against a fellow Canadian team. It started out promising for Winnipeg. The fucking high energy first period that saw them open up. Andrew Cogliano took a tripping penalty against Jacob Trouba. Was really good in the series for Winnipeg. I will say that the man's young and they relied on him to play a lot of minutes. He's got to be tired today. But yeah, that was at the 16:07 mark that Cogliano took the penalty. Less than 20 seconds later, Brian Little, who's showed to have that NHL from '94 fucking shot on him, put his second of the series in, give Winnipeg the 1-0 lead. But then, just over a minute later, Emerson Edom, fucking, what a dangle this was. Fucking highlight reel goal to say the least. Looked like a Pavel Datsuk like goal. Just such nice hands. Slid it past Pavlik there. That was 1-1 after the first. Shots were even at 10 through the first. In the second, Andrew Cogliano, who's fucking the NHL's Iron Man. He's played like 4 or 5 straight years without missing a game. Pretty incredible considering the physicality of the NHL. But at 12:55 of the second, he made it 2-1 on assist from Corey Perry and Lindholm. Perry has 4 assists in the series. That's how he'd finish. So that gave the Anaheim the 2-1 lead going into the second intermission. And for the first time in the series, they'd had the lead going into the intermission. They'd trailed in all 3 games previous. So that's when I started to get a little worried for the Jets. I was like, fuck, you can't even beat this team when you're up going into the third. How are you going to close them out when you're down a goal? And they were outshot 12-9 in the second. I really seen Anaheim starting to get their game going. The flow. The crowd was still in it, though. Could be 12-1 here, and the crowd still be chanting, go, Jets, go. Fucking. As a hockey player, that I'd love to play in Winnipeg. That crowd just gives you goosebumps. In the third period, I really thought it was over here. It was Ryan Kessler came down the side and scored a goal, his second of the series. But he might have only had 2 goals at this point in the series, but it's his all-around play that stood out. He's been their best player for sure. They needed him too because Getzlav took the series off. I think someone told him he already had his ticket booked for round 2, which they did, but they're going to need him to be better if they want to go on. Corey Perry was good in the series, though. Can't trip him at all. But Winnipeg fought their way back in it, man. Fucking 10 minutes, 27 seconds into the third, Mark Stewart gets them back in it, puts it 3-2 Anaheim at that point. So at this point, there's still faith. There's still fucking room to believe, I thought, that they could come back here. They were really giving it all they had. But that 15-11 mark, fucking Ryan Kessler gets the goal on an assist from Jacob Silverberg. He's been fucking lights out in this series too. Him and Kessler have great chemistry together. And Maroon was also in on it. So that's it, 4-2. Not Vancouver. Winnipeg would then pull their goalie near the end, trying desperately to get back in this hockey game, but Sammy Vatanen dumped it the length of the ice and just straight into the net, sealing the 5-2 victory and ending the Jets season, losing the series 4-0 to the Anaheim Ducks. Shitty deal. Now there's only going to be 2 Canadian teams advancing. Doesn't give us the best chances of winning. Anaheim outshot them 13-8 in that period and 35-27 on the game. They were just the better team in the series. They really were. Winnipeg played their Played about as physical as they could in this one, though, registering 45 hits. The Ducks had 35. Uh, Ducks blocked 15 shots, too. Like, they're just getting in the way of a lot of Winnipeg shots. Not letting a lot get through to Anderson. Anderson was great in the series, though, and he was good tonight, too. Stopping 25 of 27. Not Craig Anderson, sorry. Anaheim's Anderson. Yeah, he was there when they needed him. Pavlik falls to 0-4 in the playoffs. He stopped 30 of 34 for 882 save percentage. Not his finest performance, but when you're playing a team with that much offensive power, it's not going to be easy. All right, let's take a look at Kessler's stat line in the game. So he had 2 goals. He was a +3, 5 shots, 1 block, 54% on the draw, which is actually, he can even do a little better than that. He's a fucking tremendous centerman. I feel he's never fully got back to what he was before he hurt that hip, but it seems like he's in beast mode right now, going into the playoffs. Andrew Cogliano chipped in with 5 hits in the game, too. He was also a +2 with a goal. Stewart had a good all-around game for Winnipeg. He had 3 shots, 6 hits, 18 minutes of ice time, and was +1. Surprised anyone was a plus, with the final being 5-2. So yeah, Anaheim moves on. They'll get a lot of much-needed rest after that physical of a series. And yeah, if Getzlav gets it going, they scare me. Because Anderson's proving to be pretty poised in the net. And he doesn't seem to be phased. Definitely not by much anyway. That crowd couldn't really get to the kid. So I don't know what will. But yeah, better luck next year, Jet fans. It was nice to see you guys get in the playoffs this year. And it's nice to see you back in the NHL. But yeah, I'm out. Follow me on Push Start Sports for all the hockey reviews. I'll be doing other sports too, just with the playoffs and all the teams, like Winnipeg being the first team eliminated. It's a lot of coverage, so once I'm done doing that, I'll branch my way into the other sports. All right, guys, thanks. I'm out.